oil filter, the air filter, and windscreen wipers, and change a drop link before the MOT. So I'm starting late, and I've brought the kit that I need here. I'm just using my laser at the moment to mark out where these sockets are going to go. This is my new Ethos laser. It replaced my Stanley. Sockets have got to go in just below desk height here, coming off the kitchen board. We put 1, 2, 3, 4 sockets there, and they're going up into the roof. I've got to put a new LED button up here. The feed is going to come through that wall there. There's already a drilling. A slight disaster has befallen me in that this air conditioning system up here used to be fed by gas and water, heated water here. They've put in instead an electric unit which is 6 kilowatts on or off. So that's going to have some quite significant switching turbulence, and it's potentially after all my internal surge protection. So I can't take it off the kitchen board because there's too much demand on that already. This switch is surge protected against loads downstream of it, so I don't want to take it from this board.
Tom Nagy the other day, and he's done it quite a bit. Got no gimbal at the moment, so that's why it's a bit upside down. Tom Nagy is, I'm just going to replace this thing with a LED button. Saying that he likes these jobs where he's just replacing a bulb or a downlighter that's gone. And I don't know, I've just been in cities again, and Neil Pacey was there. He's a local contractor, and he was holding a really shitty looking plastic foot switch. Oh, hello. Is that mine? Cup of tea, thanks. And he said, you don't know where I can get these, do you? So I sent him off to, because cities don't have anything like that, ours doesn't anyway, to Lamp Spares in Artex Way 3, can't remember where it is, Rustington anyway. They've got all the braided cable, they've got the brass lamp holders, screws, all the fancy stuff that you need for end lamp fittings, you know, making. It's the stuff I've used them for the restaurant where I put in those fancy dimmable lights. Anyway, so he went off there. I said, what, is that one of, you're doing a favour for someone? Because it's not like, he does big, he does car parks and things like that. So he said, yes, it is a bit. So small jobs then. This isn't part of the remedial side of the ICR, so this is what's got me onto it. Small jobs we do as a favour. I wasn't really doing it as a favour for this lady with the bathroom light. But anyway, she texted me today and she said, when can you come and fit the light? And I just thought of Tom Nagy, he'd love it. But it's okay in London. If you've got loads of those jobs which are 40, 60, 80 pounds just to turn up and change a light, and you've got loads of them in a row, you can make £400 a day or something. But just to go and, I don't want to take time out of, you know, I've got stuff everywhere. I can't really go over there now and clear up. It would take ages to just get over. So I said Saturday or Sunday. She can't do Saturday or Sunday, which is when I've got all the stuff in the van. So I don't know whether to fuck it off or I don't know. Then we've got, I suppose this isn't a great thing to put up on YouTube in case any customers watch. Anyway. Yeah, I've got another story about what happened the other night, and light feed disconnected 19th, because that's my birthday. It wasn't really. Probably capped off with a Wago in DB2, but not sure. Okay, so I thought that was quite helpful, but maybe it's not. And I've put that on the box up there as well. So I'm not going to do any more there. Fliss has agreed it. The light I've just bought, I'm going to put that end over there in one of those alcoves, and I've got this out, and I'm going to put that on the end of two 2.5 twin and earths, which I'm going to take up there, bring it round, and that is going to be a ring extension for my beautiful conduit, which I've done here with its offsets. And it goes up there, and then it'll go through that hole there. And I don't know what I'm going to support it with in between, but it's now pretty well the end of the day. It's 16:36, and I'm just getting going, so I probably won't be finished till about 10 o'clock tonight, getting a day's work done. And it's all sort of favours on top of the work I'm doing here. Oh, yesterday I did, which was put another circuit in for the guy doing the fire alarms, and that's another favour. But I put a new circuit in, tested it all, and that was from the board downstairs. Okay, so I'm taking this cable up. Here it is coming out the other side. I know it's a bit dark for you, but this is really, it's a good fitting, this. It is a good fitting, if you could see it, which you can just about. It's there. I can't believe how late I actually get going on these jobs, these little jobs. Right, so I've got ideal, it's called number 67 or something, this stuff.
I can't remember. Anyway, it's lubricant, and I've put loads of lubricant on here, but obviously because I've used 20mm and I've gone through loads of stupid offsets, I'm going to have to cut this with my multi-tool and put a joiner on it, because it won't get around this bend. But any one of you could have told me that, and I could have told myself that, but I kind of forgot how big 2.5 can be. I don't think that's not damaged, it's just a streak of lubricant. Falling down the ladder. So, get the multi-tool and try and force it down without the cage on it. Okay, here we are, I've chopped out a section, and my connector will go in there. Just push him up a bit, and the connector will go on to that one, hopefully. Difficult to do with a burr on the end, and a camera in the other hand. But my son is borrowing my gimbal to do a school project today. Right, so now I'm going to take the cage off the end of the cables and shove the cables themselves down through this S-bend till it comes out. Then I can possibly, oh no, I'm not going to put the cage back on at all. So he is the ex-vicar of London Coney, and he goes to Coney Heath.
Next door.
Well, it's next door, so that's his legs.
It's just to show that I'm.
And he's another neighbour. He's anti-Semitic, actually. He's an anti-Semite.
Is this video going on YouTube?
On eBay, yes. Sells for the biggest price. £1,000 first bid. So I've started pulling it through. There we go. Thank goodness for that. It usually is a problem because of that twisting that you get, and then one tries to go over the other cable. There just isn't room to pull it through. This one's worked quite well. I had a massive phone thing at 2, which it does happen sometimes. You'll just spend the whole time on the phone around lunchtime. It just goes mad. Hello? Well, maybe she's right, but you can only do things the way that you're doing them, unless you put her in charge. And you're not going to do that. So I've got this one looped and this one straight. So I can cut this one, because that's going to go into the socket. Bonk, there. Now, the next socket is going to use the straight one to be looped, because we take them in turns to balance the legs. So that's that one. And this one is going to be straight, so I need to pull that one through. Which is actually pretty tricky, because when it comes to where these are, yes, they have twisted. Okay, so there's me loop on that one. So the next one, this one's going to be straight and the other one's going to be looped. So this one's straight. So I pull from the next one. There. There we go. So do you see, it takes it in turns to be each leg. So I don't just have one massive long leg with no sockets on and then the other one with lots of sockets. Well, I've met him. He's gone back to Stockholm today.
Is he giving Justin some work?
He's given Justin some work, yeah, I think, yeah. It's not a huge amount. I don't know whether it's worth my £100 bashing into somebody and then getting the van stuck.
It means a lot to Justin that he's got some work and we've recommended him.
Okay.
A lot.
Maybe that was worth it.
A lot.
Good. Anyway, so what I've done is forgotten, not that I don't do this as a rule with these metal clads, but I've forgotten to put a fly lead in, which you might think is a bit of a telltale that I don't normally do it, but I do. I just gone and screwed him up without a fly lead in. And I was going to leave the fly lead out. And I explained it to Felicity, what I was leaving out. Now she, who knows nothing about electrics, wants me to put the fly lead in. I wish I hadn't said anything, to be honest. She said, as long as it's safe and legal, then I'm happy. But I think you should put the fly lead in. So, like a recent video from Tom Nagy, I was reading this book about, it's 850 pages about, what was the name of that camp? Ravensbrück, north of Berlin, women's concentration camp. And when the Hungary was invaded by the Nazis, a load of people turned up called Nagy from Bucharest. So I think Nagy must be actually Hungarian. And that's why he's probably so good looking. But he did a recent video where he was saying the client had specified he wanted all the fly leads in. I don't know, I think he was even putting plastic back boxes in or something like that. And he just shook his head and said that he wants it, so that's what he gets. So I'm going to now put the fly leads in.
What do they do with that?
The fly leads are there to make sure the back box is earthed when you take the front of the socket off. But seeing as you never take the front of the socket off with the circuit energized, a lot of people think, well, the only point of earthing the back box is when the socket is energized and on the back box and it's earthed through the screws. So some of us are not really sure what the fly lead's there for, but okay, I'm going to put the fly leads in. Oh, I'm completely fluent in French. Look, so anyway, here's the slave driver who made me put all those yeah, there she is. She is the SS commandant who made me put the fly leads in. So it's just as well she hasn't seen what you all commented about, which I haven't done yet, which was that grotty, flexy conduit downstairs and the not very good way in which I brought the conductors through from the switched fuse.
What's that? Are these going to inspect some work?
No, I'm going to redo something downstairs. Some people on YouTube made me think again about it. I saw it through different eyes, so I've got to go down in my own time. And thing is, for that though, I need a die grinder to take the letterbox out, where the 3 separate holes for the 3 phases came through, which I then cut with my side cutters, which one of you said, don't use your side cutters on steel, you know, don't use them like that. Fine. Yeah, hands up. But yeah, I just rushed that, and then I put those adapters in instead of bushes because I couldn't get any bushes. So I put adapters in, and I put them in place with 160 degree hot melt glue, which, looking back on it, was pretty shoddy. So it's just as well she hasn't seen that. Otherwise she'd be on my back about that as well. So anyway, we've got the fly leads in. There they are. There's a fly lead there. They're just on 1.5, and I haven't crimped the ends, which probably I should crimp the ends on there because I'm multi-stranded and the screws do tend to break the strands. Well, Felissa's gone and I am clearing up, so I've got my Milwaukee stuff in there and a bit of cabling and stuff like that. So I've just bought another one of these. City Electrical have them for sale for £299. £219. Apparently, they had 3 per branch given to them to sell to get their Milwaukee deadline or target of sales, so they can get their 1% discount across the estate. So they're selling these off cost, and I couldn't resist getting my average spend on this one down by buying another one at £219. I always think that. I always think I've overspent, and then time comes, I use the thing and I think, what would I do without it? So I bought another complete pack out. This isn't the complete pack out. There's a medium size. This is the small one. This is the base. Then there's one about 3 times that size that goes on there with a top handle, and then that one goes on, and then I've got this small one, and I've got another see-through container that goes on that's double the size of that. So yeah, I was sort of thinking today I might go and cancel the order and instead just say, look, get me a steel conduit vendor and vice, because I was thinking of getting one of them and doing some steel conduit work. But anyway, I haven't. So here's the van, newly back from her new oil. And do you like my painted wheels? I've had them shot blasted, and I've had them bead blasted, hot zinc shades, and then coated black. Still. Heavy. It's heavy. Difficult to do with one hand while filming as well. There we are. Anything else need to go in there? I'm not sure. Label printer in. Laptop's staying here. Laptop's not worth anything, by the way, guys. If anyone in Little Abton's watching this, laptop's not worth a thing. The ring extension. Using these Hager junction boxes, and a bit tricky to get the conductor into the clamping piece here so that it stays, and I'm a bit dubious about the connection really. When I do my little R1, little R2, little RNs, I'll see what the difference has been. I noticed the little R2s were 0.9 or something, and the little R1s were 0.5 for this ring. I've had difficulty finding this ring. In the end I did it with a chicken stick up here on these cables by turning the MCB on and off, but where I was going to join it proves to just be a massive long spur onto one double socket. So yeah, so I had to new cables, which hopefully I have done. I've joined one leg now, so I can energize it and see if the sockets are energized, the new sockets. I just need to make sure the other end is safe. Yes, it is. It's not going to cause a short. The thing I've forgotten is God, that's probably fine as well. But the RCD hasn't tripped, isn't it? Should be live now. Should be. Okay, so I am connecting the right one, I think. turn that off and check that it goes off. We've got point on the line, we've got continuity of about 0.77. On this it's slightly more, it's about 0.81. And then we've got no continuity on CPC, I'm afraid. Oh yes, we have. 1.02, that's weird. We didn't have any before. It's that bloody Hager box, that's what it is. And it's not wanting to stop there, so we've got to go and look at those boxes. Okay. R1, R2. I didn't zero the leads, did I? I don't think. Hello? Okay, so we're set up for R1, R2 here. I have zeroed it, which it wasn't zeroed before. We've got 0.42 on that. So R1, RN, 0.36. 43.36, little r1, 0.66, little r2, little rn, 0.70, and little r2, 0.92. Right, ZS then. What are we looking for? About 0.5, something like that? Oh, I think 3-4. Parallel paths, but yeah, 0.34. Well, the ring now works. Yeah. Up here, I've secured the cable using the steel wrap round and the nail gun. There's the result, the nail gun and the wrap round. Very quick, absolutely brilliant, really brilliant, brilliant. Brilliant. That is brilliant. The nail gun is brilliant. Okay, so is the third one down, I think? No. Fourth one down. Here are the new results. It hasn't added that much to the resistance, has it? So it hasn't added that much to the resistance, extending the ring by that 10 meters or whatever it is. So I've got to swap this over so I can use up some of these knockouts as washers with the nail gun. So I'm changing the pin guide for a magnetic pin guide, and I'm swapping over to a different size nail. So now what should happen is that should stick onto there, which it does just. Now I'm going to put a load of chain up to support the unsupported solid conductors, unsupported throughout their length. Here's the chain, and here are the solid conductors unsupported throughout their length. And what I'm going to do is chain tie them up with chains we're nailing into the concrete ceiling. Proof of concept. It was difficult at first to line the magnetic pin guide up with where I wanted the link. So, okay, I admit it. I used up 3 knockouts on the first one. But then I managed it. So the whole shocking array is now supported along its length. Okay, rudimentary, and I know it's rough, definitely rough. I suppose I could have put in cable tray for that little mount, but quite frankly, that's not the worst of it, some would say. There's more over there. There's another one over there that's that needs hanging up. But I'll go and find something to replace the knockout, so I don't have any washers that's suitable. This ratted suspended ceiling was coming down in places because of a stupid design flaw, which is ridiculous, that every so often you get a transverse member with a massive hole in it right below another massive hole, so it just buckles, and both of where this has happened have buckled. It's almost gone through that one, so it's only just saving it. So I've put a nail from the nail gun in there, and then with a huge amount of difficulty I've got up into that black hole of Kolkata, and I've put a nail in there and suspended this chain, which I got from City Electrical, and hooked it through, and just to support the weight of this. And I've done it further down there as well, just to prevent this this suspended ceiling from collapsing, really. But I've had to get up into this void between the trunking here and the wall, where all these pipes are and everything. It's taken me quite a long time, but while I had the nail gun and the really cool chains, I've done it. I've taken this lot off to expose there and where the connections are going to be, and I've put up this 6mm high tuft cable, again using nail gun and wraparound PVC coated steel wraparounds. So that's all suspended, and that goes all the way down into here, this door. Over a time it goes alongside the kitchen sub-main, this black one here, and then it comes down in the very corner here, this one, and hopefully there's enough there for me to terminate at about here or here with, I must remember to order a 32 amp 3871. I've discovered something about this nail gun as well. Once it gets down to 3 nails or less, this pin guide won't push up, so you can't actuate the trigger mechanism. I've spent quite a long time doing just getting this into position was, I mean, look at the size of my hand. I've got a big hand, and it is heavy and quite difficult to maneuver in small spaces, which means it's already getting quite scuffed and dirty. This model goes on to standby automatically, which apparently the older ones didn't. So it has a small battery, and you can further disconnect the battery one click to completely de-energize the whole system. But it's been fantastic today. I might have driven only about 25 nails with it today, but what they saved in drilling and access to doing anything else to fasten what I was fastening has just transformed the nature of the beast. I'm very pleased with it. And this is just a little look at the mess that I've made in here with my various pack boxes, packs and pack out box there, and of course further mess here, cable, further mess here, radio, laptop, there we go, MFT, Hoover, rocket lights, tripod. This is the chain I've been using, F4P. Just saw it in City Electrical this afternoon and rather fancied it. It's been brilliant. Hair dryer for bending. That's for bending. Bit of CPC there. So, and then my Stanley Fatmax. The stupid thing with these is that some of them are made with steel hasps and a seal, and others only have plastic hasps and no seal. And I don't know why they make two qualities. They should just stick with a higher quality one, in my view. Unfortunately, I bought these online without realising there was a difference. I bought these ones in Elex last year, I think Sandown Park, or no, I think it was Ali Pali. I don't know if I'm going to go to Ali Pali this year, but if any of you want to meet up with me, like we did at Elex, then, you know, I'm really on for it. I had an interesting time. I think it was Peter White, but I'm not sure exactly who I met anymore. I could look through my texts, actually, and find out who it was I met up with. 2 or 3 people at the last Elex show at Sandown. That's today, and I think there'll be a bit more of this video next week. Thanks for tuning in. Click like if you liked. Please click subscribe, and I'll see you next week.